Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an author, speaker, and proud father. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to my spot. Be realistic as to the man you can get. Be realistic. Because, ladies, look, and this is tough love right here. Too many women out here, they want that fantasy man, the Prince Charming or something, regardless of what they have going on for them. Like the big thing is a woman getting a millionaire, right? Okay, ladies. First of all, let's look at that thing. Millionaire. Not just a millionaire, a real tall, handsome millionaire, right? That ideal. He got to be handsome. He got to have money. He got to have all this stuff going on for them, right? Here's a question any woman with that attitude got to have. Are you the type of woman who can actually get that man? And I'm serious. Are you the type of woman? Like the first thing should be, have you met that type of man that you said you want? Like, I'm going to tell you what, and I've done this for decades now, right? A couple decades. Like when a woman says, a woman give me the list of the type of guy she wants, right? You know, because I do a lot of coaching for women too. And she'll give me the list and she'll say, well, he got to be this, he got to be that. And I'll ask them one simple question. Have you met that man? And usually they get stumped. Have you met that man, right? The answer is no. Indeed, I remember I was at a seminar. Not a seminar, it was a vending show. And I had set up and everything, you know, selling some books. And I remember one of the things I would always do was give out like little surveys, things like that. That's why I know what I know. I mean, I'm still, despite how y'all might see me in a car video or how I might talk sometime, at my heart, I'm an academic. So I would actually do surveys. So I gave out a survey to several women at this thing. And I said, okay, you have a guy. I gave a scenario. I said, okay, if you met a guy and, you know, he had money, he was handsome and, you know, handsome, all of this. I said all this good stuff. I said, what would your response be to him? And that's all I asked, your response. It was interesting because there were both older women and younger women. And the older women, they just looked at it quickly. They didn't even sit down and think about it. They said, oh, yeah, I'll just be cool with him, nice with him and all of that. All the younger women, they were sitting there staring at it. They couldn't figure it out. And that told me a lot. That said, wait a minute, that tells me you haven't met that type of man. Right? See, that's the first thing. Okay, if you want a certain type of man, have you encountered that man? You know? And then, you know, have you been with him? And then would that man want you? Is there anything that you think this man would want you? You want a millionaire, but you're working on a minimum wage job. And I'm serious. You be hearing some of the women, like now, if there's a woman, she's in a position where she's constantly encountering millionaires, maybe even have some friendship with some, okay, that's realistic. You know, that's realistic. But a lot of women don't. A lot of women got this fantasy. Okay, you want that guy, he got to have that sharp car. Are you in that environment? You know, and I'm going to get more into the environment in the next one. But is it realistic to think you're going to get that man? Now, I did a car video last week. Well, I talked about many men are picky, you know, and it's not just on, you know, I've talked about before on here, you know, a lot of them want a certain physical attractiveness, but it's more than that, right? You know, a lot of men might want you to be a certain religion, you know. Now, if you're a woman, maybe you're not religious at all, but you want that good Christian guy, is he going to want you back? And I'm serious. Or you could be that Christian woman and the type of guys that you want might not necessarily be religious. You know? Are you realistic? And then when you talk about, are you realistic? Look, let's be real. most people, when they get in relationships, they are matching with the other person, even down to the point they might even look similar. It's like this old saying, you see a good a couple together, and you're like, okay, y'all either brother and sister or y'all in a relationship. So that's one thing, right? You know, do you look like you would make a good physical match for the type of man you want? Seriously, look at any couples. Look at most couples. There's always some level of similarity. It's called assortative mating, right? And assortative mating, that's on two different levels. There's one, the genetic level, where they'll say, you know, people tend to go for people who have some similarity to them physically. But then also social assortative mating. Basically, are they in the same class? Are you in the same social class as the type of man you want? You know, are you in the same subculture? Because that plays a big difference, you know? Yeah, you might want that millionaire, but trust me, the culture of a millionaire and the culture of somebody who may be more working class are extremely different. They're not the same things, right? So, you know, it's is it realistic that you can get that type of man? Because seriously, ladies, I mean, look, I'm a you know what, that Cinderella thing, that goes to when y'all were little. Y'all were programmed with that. Because think about it, the whole Cinderella thing, you got this woman, she's a pretty girl, but she got her ugly stepsisters and evil stepmom and stuff, working her to death and doing all that. And then, you know, with the help of the fairy godmother, she can go to the, she can go to the ball, she'll go to the ball or something, and get that guy. In fact, there's a lot of stories like that. 50 Shades of Grey was basically that same thing. It's a prominent theme. But is it realistic? In the real world, a billionaire Christian Grey, he probably be messing with a supermodel, and that's some plain Jane that he fixes up. He'll mess with a supermodel. But why does that sell? Because it taps into that basic desire. But look, in the real world, we got to be in the real world now, right? That Cinderella thing don't really work. It really don't. It really does not work, Seriously. You look at these women, if you look at like the wives of certain men or girlfriends, they, even if it might not, if you pay real close attention, they're going to be on the same level, if you pay close attention. Now, there's always exceptions where, they might not look physically good together, or they might have come from different classes, but those exceptions are very rare. And indeed, like, one exception is when you get a woman who's not that physically appealing, but she gets that pretty boy or something. In most cases, she had to buy and pay for that dude. She had to pay for him. So the thing is, ladies, y'all gotta be realistic out here. There ain't no ifs, ands, and buts. You gotta be realistic as to what you can really get. And that's easy to be realistic. What type of guys are checking for you? What type of guys show some interest in you? And if you're in a place where men ain't showing interest, or you don't like the guys that are checking for you, well, realistically, you can upgrade yourself if that's what you want. But even then, in order to know how to upgrade yourself, you got to be realistic as to what you actually attract and what you can actually get, okay? I want y'all to think on that, ladies, because seriously, and let's be real, because I know sometimes I get somebody and say, well, you tell the men that. I tell the men that all the time. Just be realistic. I always tell the men that. And people have to be realistic. Look, I'll speak for myself. I ain't checking for supermodel of the world. I'm not checking for supermodel of the world. The woman don't have to be like a swimsuit model, because that's not. I'm realistic about who I am, things I'm presenting. So if I can do it, ladies, y'all can do it as well. So anyway, that's all I got for now. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.